So first of all today, I would just like to show to you for a moment what happens when you leave to go to college and you have a younger brother who is allowed to take over your room. I have now been demoted to sleeping on the couch for the rest of all eternity. Secondly, I will be shooting my video outside today because I'm actually home this weekend, which means I actually have a relatively pretty view for you all. Hello everyone. So basically, everyone's been doing outside videos recently, and I've been up at school where there's not a lot of pretty scenery to look at, so I'm at home this weekend, and so there's actually a lot of scenery, so I figured that I would take you around, and I'm probably going to use Shannon's approach and videotape the scenery rather than me, because it's prettier, and my dogs are running around being all cute-like, so maybe you'll get to see them also. So first of all, here's the puppies. This is Bailey. She's new. She's only a puppy. And then we have Biscuit over there. She's old, but she's mine, so I loved her. And then over here we have Maxie, who is my mom's little puppy. He's adorable. So anyway, like always, I don't really have that much that I want to talk about, or that I plan to talk about. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. So one really cool article that I recently read was about world building and making your world believable and all the different stuff that you have to include. And one of the interesting things that I saw, they're running everywhere. They're so excited. Anyway, one of the really interesting things that I read was including just really simple things that will make your writing a whole lot better. For example, just throwing in there, wow, the sky is really, really blue today. Anyway, just throwing in there some things you might never have thought of. Like, one of the big things was bugs. You don't ever think of bugs, but when your people are running around in the woods, there are gonna be a ton of different kind of bugs that are just going to annoy the heck out of them. For example, we're gonna walk up my driveway because I don't really know where else I'm gonna go. But, so, just throwing in there that they're fighting the evil mosquitoes, or that the gnats are crazy and annoying, and maybe there are birds singing in the trees. They just give your writing more depth rather than just they're walking through the woods on their way somewhere to do something more exciting. Bailey, what are you carrying in your mouth? Oh well. Another thing on the same line, maybe we're gonna go this way. Maybe you have a person who has a really long background that you're maybe not gonna go into, but it's this big wise person. He's traveled all over, maybe done some interesting things, and you don't necessarily have to know what those interesting things are. If you do, that's great, and if you want to incorporate them into the story, that's great. But even something so little as pointing out what may be on this person's maybe on their bookshelf or sitting around their house, even if it's from a place that's not even in your story, but you just make something up. And it just adds depth to your writing, and your person wonders about it, and maybe it's not important at all, but it just adds that maybe there's some place that exists somewhere else. And it just makes your world more credible, instead of your characters are just living on this little island of the one country you're using. Then instead, the writer gets a sense that there's a whole world out there, not just the particular part that you're using. Oh, aren't they so cute? I love my puppies. Also, a little background on our new puppy here, Bailey. She is not the most intelligent dog. First of all, a couple weeks after we got her, she decided it would be a good idea to jump into that pool and land on our solar blanket And then she could not figure out how she was going to get herself out of that pool. This is also the same puppy who decided it would be a good idea to crawl under this car. Oh, hi, Bailey. Crawl under the car. Then, after she got under there, she thought it'd be smart to stand up. And then, when she realized she was stuck in the engine of the car, my dad had to go in, grab her, and pull her up out of the hood of that car.